Hello, hello, hello. It is Life Coach Sharika Dunston checking in. And I'm just, popping up today to share a really short story about the self-care benefits of yoga for kids. So, as you probably have seen on my social media channels, I spend all day at home with my 4-year-old son. But what you probably don't know is that I'm home with my 11-year-old daughter too, as she's enrolled in virtual academy this year. But my son and I spend tons of time together, whether we're doing mommy school or just, chilling watching cartoons. Well, I wanted to share something that happened earlier this evening. So I was upstairs working, and apparently my son got into trouble and was sent to time out. When I came downstairs, he was sad still. He's typically sad after he has to, slow down and go to timeout. So that was not out of the ordinary. And this is what he said to me. He says this often. I want something to make me happy. And I'm always telling him that, you got to find reasons to be happy. But he's 4. So usually he's saying that to get a cookie. So today I told him, I was like, hey, you're not getting a cookie for getting out of timeout. But what can we do to make you happy or, to feel better on the inside? And I was like, do you want to do some yoga? So he has been practicing yoga with me since January now. That's when I really started focusing on my self-care practice of yoga. And, I earned one kids yoga certification. I am this close to getting my second kids yoga certification. And I'm also working on a 200-hour yoga teacher training for like adults. But, that's a future goal. But right now, I'm focusing on yoga and kids because kids have a lot of pressure. Kids have a lot of big emotions for their little bitty bodies. And yoga is a great way to help them process that. And yoga is not just the poses or the asanas. Yoga is meditation and mindfulness and learning how to treat people and how to be kind as well. So today I was like, hey, Brian, you want to do some yoga? And he was like, yes. And I was like, okay, go get your mat. And I was like, oh, this feels so good because yoga makes him happy. So we did a quick sun salutation, which has a lot of up and down movements, very active, but a good way to do a little bit of yoga in a short period of time and to keep his attention because he is for y'all. But afterwards, he sat on his mat and we meditated. And there's a meditation that I taught him that I learned in my current yoga teacher training called Peace Begins With Me. And he sat there with his little legs crisscross applesauce and he said, Peace begins with me. And it was the cutest thing. And he led it all by himself. Now, he's 4, so he never gets to the part where he says peace begins with me in his head. He always says it out loud or he's whispering, but the fact that he can focus on that makes me feel really good. And after he did his peace begins with me meditation, I was like, okay, tell me 3 affirmations. And he recited 3 positive affirmations. He was like, I am smart. I am kind. I am a good friend. And all I had to say was, hey, tell me 3 affirmations. I didn't tell him which affirmations to say, but we used to practice affirmations every day where I would say them and he would repeat them after me. Now he's at the point he can say his own affirmations, y'all. That feels so good. The fact that he can meditate, the fact that he can say his own positive affirmations, the fact that he was happy, genuinely happy after doing yoga with mommy is something I want to share with the whole wide world. That is why I'm getting these certifications in yoga for kids. That's why yoga will be a part of Self-Care Garden. And especially Self-Care Garden for kids. So yoga will not be necessarily a part of Self-Care Garden for women unless I invite a trained yoga teacher for adults in, which I have done before. If you signed up for a couple programs last year that were free even, you met a yoga teacher that I really like, and that I actually paid for her to come and do some yoga with us. But soon and very soon, I will be announcing my offerings for yoga for kids. And I will start with the preschool age, so 3 to 5 years old, and then the 6 to 9 years old age range for my yoga offerings. I want to get a little more practice in before I move into preteens. And honestly, I need to get my 200 hour training certification before I move into teens. So, hey, it's coming. But I'm one person, so I can't do everything, but I can do some things. But please listen when I tell you this. The same things I share with my own 4-year-old son will be the things I share with you and your children. So, the peace begins with me meditation. Your child will be able to, learn to recite that. The positive affirmations, I will be sharing positive affirmations for the kids between the ages of 6 and 9 years old. The self-care garden program that I beta tested last fall is coming back this spring. But we're, sprinkling in a little yoga as well. So the kid will also get, the workbook or the activity book, coloring book, whatever you want to call it, the plant, and some yoga. There will be a paint and pose class for 6 to 9 year olds where they will actually get an art kit where they get, do some painting. And the art kit is fabulous. It comes with acrylic paints, multiple canvases, 2 that are pre-drawn, 4 that are blank. It comes with a little stand, like a wooden stand, easel to put the pictures on, all that good stuff. It'll be a good time. So we're going to paint, think paint party, but we will also pose and do some yoga poses and do some meditation as well. There will be a creative flow for 6 to 9 year olds, and it'll be about creating a craft and also doing some yoga, of course. So I cannot wait to have you all sign up for these programs starting probably around the end of the month. But actually, before you sign up for the paid programs, I will be offering some free programming just so you can check it out and see what this is all about, because kids need self-care. Even little kids need self-care. Little kids need to learn how to calm themselves down and how to, be happy when they're feeling sad. So I just dropped in to say that I didn't want to hold you all long tonight, but I had to share that story about Brian. I know y'all love seeing his little pictures and his videos online. But Brian is a cool little kid, and I always share the fun things with him. But yes, Brian is a 4-year-old, so he does go to timeout. He does get in trouble. But he also knows how to do yoga, how to meditate, and how to recite his positive affirmations. So I look forward to sharing this with your family. Y'all take care and have a great night.